y'all not even attempting to do the things that you want to do, but you slapping a band-aid and you say, oh, I'm just giving myself grace today. I feel like it's already hard being in your 20s, but let alone being in your 20s and you don't have no friends, no family. Easy to get comfortable with going into your savings and saying, oh, I'll just replace it. I feel so unworthy, like I feel so worthless, like I don't even know where to begin to feel the opposite of that. Like, how do I even, like, what do I even do? Every day you have to constantly choose to starve those thoughts and feed the positive ones. Ricky, where you at? Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. And you just looking and ain't even there. Hi, you guys. My name is Adira, and I will be your host on this lovely podcast where we will talk about navigating a relationship with God through complex situations, how to find Him in complex situations, how to build a bond with God in the darkness. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and even share this video. You never know who this video could help and be of use to. Now let's get to the video. So this video is a continuation of a series I started on TikTok, which I will be continuing on here, which is called Healing is the New Era. My name is Adira, and welcome to my series where we talk and do the hard aspects of healing. Just because we're left for dead, baby, that don't mean we die. And if you're new here, I surely hope you get something from this video. And if you've been here since episode 1 from TikTok, welcome back, bookies. So I will be dropping my full videos of Healing is the New Eras on here. So for whatever reason, it slipped your mind to replace it, and the next thing you know, you just digging, and you just looking. Ricky, where you at? Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. And you just looking and ain't even there. I want to talk to y'all about anxiety and persistence. All right, and before we get into that, let's look up the actual definition of persistence. Continuing firmly in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. That needs to be the word for the rest of this freaking quarter. Because, when I say the devil be so busy, but my God works overtime and he has never lost a battle. You hear me? Okay. But I feel like having anxiety, it definitely makes it a lot difficult to be persistent. But that's when I think your mindset comes into play. Yeah, I don't know why I had that thing on. My edges was done, but I just be keeping it on to like protect my edges. But having anxiety is one of them things that you have to get up and consistently choose not to feed those thoughts. You have to, every day you have to constantly choose to starve those thoughts and feed the positive ones. I feel like it really starts the night before, because I feel like your night sets the tone for your day and your morning. So at night I do what God told me to do. Cast out all of your burdens onto me because I care. Okay. You ain't gotta tell me twice. So when I'm laying down and I'm about to wind down, I just sit down and I just take that time and I just talk to God about anything that I feel like may have tried to throw me off my rockers throughout the day, anything that may have bothered me, anything. It could be something from 3 months ago and it still bothers me. I talk to him about that. Then I also have the scriptures. Like I keep certain scriptures in mind. Like my favorite one to read is Psalms 23. Especially if I'm having an anxiety attack, panic attack, or whatever. I read Psalms 23 and I read it over and over and over. And I just keep reading it until that spirit get up off me. Back. At least for me, like when I'm anxious or I'm having a panic attack and I start getting them, it's normally because of me trying to ignore what's going on the outside of me, what's going on around me, or it's pertaining to the future. But we forget that you cannot ignore Your body keeps a score for what we want to ignore. And suppressing down all of these situations. First of all, we're not even meant to carry these situations on our own, let alone suppress them. And I feel like when you keep all of that in, I feel like it festers. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Versus when you talk about it, when you give it to God, you give him access to your situation. Because mind you, although God knows everything, he's not a forceful God. He's not going to force his way in any shape or form in your life. So when you talk about it to him, even though he already knows it transpired, you give him access, you give him room to come in and work on you and work through you. And I feel like that's what healing entails too. Okay, this is where persistence is going to come into play. Because yes, Father, I am feeling anxious, but that does not give me the right to negate the goals and the things that me and you have been talking about and me and you have been working on, especially if you already let me know that the enemy is going to send situations to disrupt my peace. And I feel like that's how one of the ways the enemy gets us off our rocker, especially by sending it to people who are already anxious. One of the things that God has taught me is to stop saying I'm tired. Stop saying you're tired. First of all, we got to get to the basics. Before we get into that, we got to bring it down a little bit. I don't pray out loud. Like, there's certain things I just don't pray about out loud. And it's rare that I pray about. If I pray about out loud, I am in prayer warrior mode, and I am calling out them spirits, and I am getting them up off me. But when I'm talking to God, and I'm talking to God about something that I want to do, when I'm talking to God about something dealing with my feelings and how I'm exhausted, whatever the case may be, I keep that up here. Because mind you, the enemy can hear you just like God can, but he cannot read your thoughts. Okay, now that we got that out the way, this is why God has taught me, stop saying you're tired. Stop saying it. Especially stop saying it out loud. Because when you say you're tired, the enemy gets to jumping for freaking joy. Like, he gets to like fist pumping, like, because yeah, he about to turn it up just a notch. He about to keep giving you more. About to keep giving you more of the thing that you're tired of, in hopes that he will wear you out and you will miss what God has for you. Okay? So I feel like with the enemy already knowing the spirit of anxiety is inside of us. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Okay. With him already knowing that with him already knowing that the spirit of anxiety is inside of us, that it is on us over our life, or whatever the case may be, he sends us situations that are similar to the things that flare up our anxiety. So we know that this is already sent to knock us off our balance. But you're gonna let it knock you off your balance. Already being hip to the game by God. God already put you up on game. Hey, the enemy is gonna send things to destroy your peace. Be careful. So why are we not ready to go to war when it happens? Why, when the situation is sent at us, we give up. We negate everything. F the goals, F this, it just goes out the window. Instead of in that moment, giving it to God. Give it to God. Start quoting them scriptures that you have in your mind, that's in your back pocket, that you're supposed to wear around your heart like an armor. Why are we not gearing up in this? Persistent is a big bundle of all of that. Okay. And then lastly, I want to say, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, but don't use grace as an excuse. Yes. Give yourself grace, but don't use grace in the vein that you just say, you know what, today I was not feeling good today. Like, it was just not it. But you didn't even try to do the things that you said you were going to do today. You just slapped the band-aid on and called it grace and said that's why you ain't do it. I'm just giving myself grace. That's why I ain't do it. Y'all not even attempting to do the things that you want to do, but you slapping the band-aid and you say, oh, I'm just giving myself grace today. That's why I ain't do it. No. Actually give yourself grace when you attempted to do the thing that you said you were going to do. You actually tried to do it. You actually got up and gave it what you have. It don't have to be 100%. It could be whatever you have. Give it that. Yeah. Y'all, please be careful what you say to people. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful of the impression that your actions give to other people, because either one of those things could be the reason they don't get to their destiny. They don't become all who God has called them to be, because their spirit was stunted before they could even get there. Like when you tell people, oh, like you're not gonna be nothing, or oh, you're not good at anything, or like it takes years to get that out of your head. And God made me realize that when I was talking to him about it, or when I was talking to him, and I was telling God, like, I've been feeling so unworthy of the calling that you gave me. And the reason he told me, the reason why I felt like that is because in the environment that I was in, before I could fully even flourish in my spirit and who God called me to be spiritually, they tainted it. They got to me. And I said, God, what you mean by that? And then he brought back situations where I felt like a burden, where I felt unworthy. And I was like, whoa. And that's part of why I've never done like a podcast or anything, or never even spoke out, because anybody who really knows me knows that I have a gift for speaking. Like, I can speak over you, I can give you insight, that has always been a passion. But instead of doing that passion, because I was tainted, my spirit was tainted, and I did everything but what God told me to do. I did everything. I even tried to be so motherfucking slick and incorporate what God told me to do in something else that I was doing. And this was always like a dream, like for me to be a speaker. Like, this is always something I wanted to do. And as I've been trusting God on a whole nother level, as I've been unpacking situations, we've been getting better. And one of the things I was talking to God, I was just like, I feel like, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel so unworthy. Like, I feel so worthless. Like, I don't even know where to begin to feel the opposite of that. Like, how do I even, like, what do I even do? Because, you know, when you get treated like crap for so freaking long, you just, whether you want to believe it or not, you adopt that about yourself. Like, dang, there is something wrong with me. Dang, I really am not worth it. Like, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. And because we feel like that, we don't go after opportunities that God puts us in, because we feel unworthy of it, when really it's the fact that you're broken that qualifies you for it. It's the fact that you've been raped. It's the fact that you've been homeless. It's the fact that you've been evicted. It's the fact you've gone weeks without eating. It's all of that that makes you qualified for whatever God is telling you to. Because there's a purpose connected to each person. And you are the only one who can fulfill that. You don't have to wait till you're healed. And I feel like that's what God has been, working on me with. You don't have to wait till you're healed to go after that dream. You don't have to wait till you get this. You don't have to wait till you do this. You can go after that dream right now, where you're at this moment, and still go after it. And while we was talking, I was like, dang, like I hate that I had to go through all of that. I hate that I had to go through that situation. I hate that I had to go through all of this, because it's all altered my brain so much. It's altered me so much to where I don't even know how to go back to who I was. I don't even remember the girl I was. And God was telling me that there's a reason. Like, there's a reason that I allowed you to stay in those situations. There's a reason why I sent that. I allowed that. He didn't send it. Let me correct myself. It's a reason why I allowed that giant to go up against you. Because I knew that you were the woman for it. I knew that you were the person for it. And I knew that I could trust you with that type of pain. And I feel like that's something that I take serious. Like, God, like, I see that you've trusted me with this pain. Like, so how do I show up in this situation? And I'm very mindful about how I show up in situations, especially the ones that I feel like hurt me. Because I know the ones that are hurting me, they could either make me into somebody who my family is, or it can put me closer to who God called me to be. So I'm very mindful with God trusting me with pain, because I know that there's a purpose attached to this, whether I see it or not. You know, this situation is making a demand on a version of me that you're calling forward. You're preparing me for my next season. You're preparing me for all the things that I've asked for, and all the things that you have for me. All of this is bundled in it, and it's going to attach me to it. So every time I'm going through something, I just kind of like, God, show me. I be so honest with God. I be like, God, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could do this, but I know I could do this, because if I couldn't, you wouldn't have put this in front of me, because you told me that you wouldn't put more on me than I can bear. So if this feels like a lot to me, this ain't really a lot. This ain't really a lot. So show me how I'm supposed to show up in this situation to honor you. This is hurting me, God. Yes, this is hurting me deeply. But I know if I'm standing right here in the middle of the eye of the storm, that you put me there. So I can either let the storm devour me and I become the storm, or I can let the storm come through and rip out whatever God is trying to uproot, change whatever God's trying to change, and get up out of there a better person. Come out of there a new version of me. So I've been taking these lessons, and I've been reading. I'll implement like some scriptures that I've been reading. For any of you guys who are dealing with the same emotion as me, who has been feeling unworthy, I will implement some scriptures that I've been reading that have been helping me. And all I can say is give it to God, because me and God are still going through this process. But you guys are more than welcome to come along with me. We're still going through this process together. But I can say so far, me talking to God and me paying attention to him and looking for his response and just finding him in everything has been helping. It really has been helping me. And going after the thing that I am so scared to go after has also been helping me, which is this podcast. Putting myself out there, because oh my God, like, this is why it's so important for us to talk, like for us to just talk in general. And when people talk to us, and when we talk, to listen and make somebody feel freaking heard. Because when I tell you, I'm like, God, I can't do this. Like, she made me feel so freaking worthless. Like, made me feel like whatever I got to say, it don't even matter. Like, it's not value. You don't have no value. What? Like, why are you talking? You don't have no value. like, and for a long time. And even now, that's still like, it's still inside of me, that subconscious thought. But as I'm walking with God, I'm trusting, I'm stepping, I'm praying and stepping, praying and stepping. And as I'm praying, he's chipping away at the things that I'm talking to him about. He's going inside of me and just fixing it. And I've been letting him, because baby, we can't keep feeling like this. So thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. This is actually the first episode, and let's just give a summary of what we covered. So I hope y'all got something from this. I'm gonna edit this video right now. I'm gonna give y'all this video right now, today. Y'all getting this. But I hope this video helped you, and if it did, please give this video a share. Please comment down below, and I really hope to see you guys in our next episode, because we only gonna get better and better, and y'all gonna watch me become the woman that God has called me to be, and I'm gonna watch y'all. We gonna do this together. We got this, because we locked in. So ain't no switching up. So I need to see you back here on episode 2, and bring a friend for the next episode. Cause what is you saying? Everybody could come get this healing. Everybody come get this healing. It's the new era. Healing is 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 the I'm gonna trip out. Healing is the new era. Healing is the new era. Healing. Hey, y'all don't see me tripping out. Cause what? Cause what? Cause huh? What? Oh yeah? Yeah, healing is the new era. Thank you. See y'all for episode 2. Bookie. Mwah. Before I actually get into the video, I just want to drop 2 tips that maybe your mom or your dad did not teach you. Because I feel like it's already hard being in your 20s, but let alone being in your 20s and you don't have no friends, no family, nobody to just help you figure it out. So